The enemy of my enemy is not my friend is something that many white nationalists have not been able to comprehend. Going all the way back to George Lincoln Rockwell's flirtations with the Nation of Islam. What's funny is, now I like David Duke. I've mentioned my affinity for David Duke up until his support of that Unite the Right crap. And the reason I like David Duke is he is an unwavering anti-communist and a true American patriot, in my view. And a racial realist. But one of the problems that Mr. Duke has had for some years now is his attempt to normalize Islam. Now, don't get me wrong, especially with the Palestinian people. I have a big heart, and I feel bad, and I see how Israel treats the Palestinian people. But Dr. Duke has tried to normalize Islam, tried to put it on par with Christianity, kind of like it's an extremist form of Christianity or something of that nature, or a Christianity with a twist of lime or something like that. But the problem is Islam is not, it's not the same thing as Christianity. And I'll be the first to admit there are many extremely moderate Muslims. But the fact of the matter remains that Islam is not a European religion. And it is not a great fit for Western nations. That's not to say that every individual Muslim is not a good fit for Western nations, but it is definitely a bad idea to do as Mr. Duke does and promote the normalization of Islam, which he can promote it honestly. Like, for example, there's a wonderful girl named Mimi Alaham, and she goes by the moniker Syrian Girl. You can find her videos on YouTube. She is, I believe, a Sunni Muslim. I don't want to offend the poor little girl, but I think she's a Sunni Muslim. Gorgeous girl, absolutely gorgeous. But beyond that, she is, I wouldn't say pro-Western, she's pro-Syrian. And the problem with people like Dr. Duke is that Dr. Duke lives vicariously through Islam, it seems, or Islamists. Whereas a regular cuck, as people like to call it, a cuck, they live vicariously through Israel. Because they know they can't defend America anymore. So as in America, I mean the United States. So they defend Israel because they've been brainwashed into thinking that Israel is America somehow. And Dr. Duke goes and he defends Islamists and tries to normalize Islam because he believes that this is somehow this scores him brownie points somehow. But really, as you could tell, is in my other video where I point out how this delegitimizes white nationalists, it does. When white leaders like David Duke are reaching out to Islamists to validate their own sense of self and their own movement, it is really, it delegitimizes them in the eyes of many white people, I feel.